is up, everybody? Now, if you're watching on the YouTube page,
Which
um,
you should be,
which you should
because
be,
YouTube's cool
YouTube is cool,
and
and the
we're
link for
cool.
that is in our bio on Instagram. But if you are watching on YouTube, you're probably wondering, Brian, why are you wearing sunglasses in a dimly lit bedroom? And that is because something pretty cool happened this weekend. I don't know if you people know this. Phil Mickelson won the PGA Championship, and I am in my daddy Phil attire. Okay. Not only that, but it gets better when I stand up. Do I have black shorts on? Yes, I do. Am I also wearing black shoes like Phil Mickelson? Yes, I am. And why are the calves so exposed, Brian? That's because Papa Phil said so. That is one Philip Alfred Mickelson.
Alfred, I did not know that was his
Alfred
middle name.
began golfing at 18 months old, has a pilot license because his dad was a Navy pilot, was a 4-time All-American at Arizona State University, and was inducted into the Golf Hall of Fame in 2012 at 50 years of age. Phil Mickelson, Big Lefty himself, has won the PGA Championship, and people, I am so excited about this.
I always wondered why he wore aviators. I guess it's because he has his pilot's license.
I guess, but also because he's the coolest man on tour. That's just
I don't know that I can completely agree with that, but
he's
he's pretty cool.
dude, my man is dripping sweat. Could be raining on a golf course and he's still wearing aviators for no reason. Phil,
Just
there's
because he
no
can.
sun outside,
Just
but
because he
just
can.
because he can, at 50 years old, win the PGA Championship. Oh my God, how exciting that was to watch. Beating Louis Oosthuizen, very fun name again,
Louis.
and Brooks Koepka, who both came T2 by 2 strokes. Phil Mickelson winning with a 6-under score at the Kiowa Ocean Course in North Carolina to take home PGA Championship. And honestly, there's some other, stories in here, especially in the top 10 to kind of get into, but just the fact that at 50 years old you can win a championship like that after, you know, playing on the championship tour, the Champions Tour, playing on the Champions Tour. Basically, everybody talking about should he go into broadcasting? When is it time for Phil to retire? Phil goes, you want to know what? I'm done with this conversation. I've had enough. I'm just going to win a major, and then everybody can shut up, and we can go about our happy lives.
And then I won't be allowed back on the senior tour.
Exactly. Then I won't be back allowed for a couple more years.
Real quick, before we get too far into everything, I know you're excited. Okay,
I
but
am.
the
I'm
people
overly
are
excited.
also excited to know what's going on this week, and I don't
Can
want to
confirm.
get too far out of. Can confirm. Everybody drink. For those that are not aware, there is a drinking game that goes along with this podcast that Gina decided to make up. It's that every time Brian says "can confirm," you have to take a shot. So get on that. Let us know how that little game goes for you if you make it to the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I want to see if people get hammered from that.
But anyway, May 26th, today you're listening to this. Wednesday, not Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Because we had a scheduling conflict with personal
Sleep.
stuff. Yes.
We had a scheduling conflict with sleep. Let's get that
we were
right.
away this weekend. We went to Florida. We're back. I golfed while we were there. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, May 26th, Wednesday, National Blueberry Cheesecake Day. Love blueberries, love cheesecake.
Oh,
Shout out National Blueberry Cheesecake Day. May 27th, National Grape Popsicle Day. Don't like really grape all that much in popsicle form, but the only other thing going on the 27th is National Cellophane Tape Day, and I don't really feel like that's
National
that
Cellophane Tape Day. All right.
I don't really know why.
The serial killer's favorite
May
holiday.
28th is an all beef day. We got National Beef Burger Day, National Brisket Day, and National Hamburger Day.
God, brisket.
So make sure you eat your beef on May 28th. May 29th, we're going to skip over because the only important thing going on that day is National Paperclip Day.
I respect that.
Respect. And then, yeah, we don't really have anything after that. Monday is Memorial Day. We haven't talked about whether we'll be recording on that day or not, but I'm assuming we probably will be at night.
Yeah.
So we should be back on schedule next week.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the days of the week. We got Blueberry Cheesecake Day, Paperclip Day,
and
Cellophane Tape Day. Yeah, don't forget
Yeah.
about that one.
Can't forget about that.
Can't forget about it. So yeah, we can get back into your overexcitement for a 50-year-old man winning on the tour.
Yes, correct. My overexcitement for Big Lefty winning a major, not just winning on tour, but a major. My friend got to hoist the PGA Championship. Did you know?
I'm gonna be downplaying it the whole episode. I'm just letting you know, now because
I
I'm
know.
still upset that Brooks lost. So.
I'm well aware, and that's okay because we have a whole Brooks segment later, so you can have at it then, my friend. But I'm gonna take my old man Lefty time here. Did you know that part of Phil Mickelson's diet is half coffee, half fasting, basically? And during his fasting detox, he doesn't eat for 1.5 days.
Wait, is that what he does? He just doesn't eat for 1.5 days, and then all he does is drink coffee. Like he doesn't eat food or anything.
No.
That's what the cinnamon is for.
That's what the cinnamon is for. Does he have his own? Does he have his own coffee supplement brand? Yes. Do I own it? Yes. Do I put?
Do you? I didn't know you ended up. I didn't know you got it. Do you have it?
Hold on.
This is exciting. I didn't know you actually had it with you. How much of this do you drink a day?
Okay, well, this is my second shipment of the good stuff. Coffee for wellness.
That's pre-workout.
It's for coffee specifically.
It's pre-workout.
It is, but it's for coffee. It's you put 8 ounces in your coffee. It has MCT oil, organic cinnamon, whatever organic cinnamon means. And
what is unorganic cinnamon? I think is the question.
That's actually a very good point. What is unorganic?
How do you
cinnamon?
have unorganic cinnamon?
I don't know. And you're also supposed to put almond milk in your coffee, but I don't like anything in my coffee. I pretty much take it just black, so I don't. That's probably why I don't hit bombs. Actually, now that
that's probably why it doesn't work, and I'm wasting my money on.
That's the reason. I'm not wasting my money if I'm simply just supporting Phil the best I can. Okay, and yes, he has an equation. Do you know the equation?
I do know the equation. I don't know if the people know the equation, though.
I don't know if the people know the equation either. So this equation is exactly how Phil goes about being Phil. So the equation is as follows. Calves and coffee equals hitting bombs and hellacious seeds, which equals intimidation and victory. And yes, everybody, I do have that printed in my cube at work, which I will take a picture of for you tomorrow and post it on the story on the Instagram. So stay tuned for that. And when I say tomorrow, you'll be listening to it the day of. So you'll see it today, basically. But yeah, so Wednesday. I have kind of over exuberant love for the big man Lefty. And sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, Brian, you're not a lefty. You can't love this man as much as you do. But in fact, I can.
I don't think because you not being a lefty means you can't like him.
That's true. But even better is that the man known as Lefty has an entire brand of lefty stuff. Is actually right-handed and just plays golf left-handed.
Yep. And just likes to make everyone feel like idiots when they find that out.
Exactly. And the reason he did that is because his way of learning how to golf from his dad was mirroring his dad on the opposite side. His dad was a righty. So Phil stood across from his dad and mirrored everything lefty. Thusly golfing lefty, which is so ridiculous for my brain to even comprehend. I guess it was easy for him because he started golfing at 18 months old. So,
and we started golfing at 22 years old.
Exactly.
Years, not months.
Oh, and also hold the phone again. I have to get.
Oh, we're holding the phone again.
Yeah, hold the phone again.
This is good podcasting. I wonder what we're getting now. This is totally off course. I have no idea what we're getting now. What do we have? Dremel.
Okay, great. So I have my my PM grind Callaway.
We got a wedge.
58 degree PM grind standing for Phil Mickelson grind because he designed this club with Callaway.
Is it a lefty club?
No.
You've been ripped off. Phil Mickelson was not part of that design. They lied to you.
No, I feel like he was like, hey, I have fans who happen to be righties as well.
Are you
So
sure?
let's also pander to
Are you
them.
sure it
And
wasn't just like F them righties?
you look, I'm trying to be pandered to by Phil Mickelson here, Rick. Okay. I literally bought his coffee
Which I'm
supplement.
sure he
Not even coffee, by
appreciates.
the
I'm
way.
sure he appreciates seeing that transaction going through, saying Brian Bingaman just bought your coffee supplement. That
This is
Brian
this
Bingaman and thousands of others have just bought your coffee supplement. That's how it shows up on his transaction history. And he's
Yes, it
like,
is.
"Thanks, Brian Bingaman."
What a guy, that Brian Bingaman kid. Who look at us. Who'd have thought? Not me. Not me. Yeah, this is what being overly obsessive about a golfer looks like. So those who are watching on YouTube, feel free to take a screenshot, send this to Phil, and have him listen, and hopefully he responds to us because he's very active on social media. Oh, my
Hold those up
goodness.
again. Hold those up again. Let me
Holding
snap.
these up
Let
again.
me snap a
Let me
little
just
picture here real quick. Okay.
that's good. Okay, fantastic. All right. And also just to keep going on about one of my favorite men of
Yeah,
all
let's
time.
keep hearing about it. I'm sure everybody wants to hear about Phil Mickelson more.
This is the last thing I have.
I'm sure no one's tired of it yet.
No, I'm sure not. This is my last thing to talk about here.
Okay.
And by the way, I know that there's a specific John Murray who is in love with the amount of Phil conversation we're having right now. So you're welcome, John. Anyways, his wife tweeted. Do I follow his wife on Twitter? Yes, I do. Anyways.
Oh, are you talking about the text conversation?
Yes, we are.
I love that so much.
Exactly.
You're allowed
So,
to talk about it.
fantastic. I'm glad that we discussed that. So Tina Mickelson, his wife, said on Twitter, "While you guys were busy on the golf course, I was busy fielding mom's nervous texts." That would be Phil Mickelson's mother. The text reads, "Tina, text Phil and tell him just to par in. Don't hit bombs or activate calves. Just par. They will have to catch him. He won't listen to his mother, so you have to text him. Hurry."
Okay. I need something real quick in order for this story to make sense. How old is Phil Mickelson's mom?
So Phil's 50. I don't know how old
Okay,
Phil
so
Mickelson's mom was.
is Mary Mickelson. Let's see if her age is on here anywhere.
Wonder if she has a Wikipedia.
She doesn't have a Wikipedia though. How old do you think she is though? Like, because he's 50, he's gonna be turning 51.
Yeah, so I'm guessing somewhere in the mid to late 70s, if not the 80s, depending on when they decide to have
I'm just trying to
kids.
figure out because our parents, like people our parents' age, don't know how to text, and that's a pretty well worded text. Like
It was with
That's-
shorthand, I might add. Like it like text reads TXT.
which is why I asked when you originally showed it to me if it was actually from her.
Yeah.
Because I thought it might be one of those like fake ones that people make.
Now that is Tina
But
Mickelson's
that's really impressive.
Twitter.
So shout out to Phil's mom,
Well, what was her name?
Mary.
Mary Mickelson.
Shout out to
you,
Mickelson
Mary.
for the great texting at whatever age you are. She's got to be at least 70.
At least.
I'm
You would
assuming she
think.
probably had him at least around 20, like early 20s, because that's when they were having kids then.
Exactly.
So shout out to
incredible.
Mary for knowing how to text at what we're gonna assume is around 70 years old.
And the last thing is Tim Mickelson, Phil's younger brother, was on his bag during the PGA Championship, and I think that's kind of cool, a la Dustin Johnson and Austin Johnson, right?
Yeah, I think it's cool, but what's not cool is that no one else from his family was there.
That's it. Yeah, it's a little beat up.
None of his family was there.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was just a travel issue thing or what's going on. Maybe they were like, he's not going to win this. Let's plan something this weekend. Something going on, and they were like, sorry, we can't make it because we planned something. We assumed you'd be here with us on Sunday.
We kind of already booked your flight, Phil. I don't know where you get off winning every day.
Cancel that, or
you want us to?
That's kind of messed up.
That
did have confidence in Phil to win though. That guy that put $100 on him to win and won 25,000.
Yes,
in Vegas. Good for that guy.
Good for that guy.
I wish my sports betting was that good, but it's not even close.
God, we suck at sports betting.
I just lose money consistently. Like I'll be like
constantly.
I'll be like, let me just put in a few more dollars, and then I'll be like, this bet is plus 27,000. Let me put $5 on it real quick because that's definitely gonna hit.
No, for sure.
Just
Yeah.
like Phil winning.
Duh.
We don't need to talk about me losing money on sports betting. We can get into other stuff on the PGA Championship, which I did lose like $10 on because I bet on literally everybody except for Phil to win. So that did not end well for me.
That obviously did not end well for you. But yes, there was other golf that happened around Phil winning.
I did have money on my man Brooks, so that
Yes.
that one kind of stung.
Brooks was in the final pairing on Sunday, came just a bit short, going 2 over on the day. If he had gone 2 under, we would have playoff golf, but he ended up going, he ended up going 2 over on Sunday to be 2 strokes behind Lefty himself at 4 under.
He just couldn't figure it out. That was the issue with Brooks this weekend. He just couldn't figure it out. His drives were all over the place.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing consistently enough golf. He had that 7 on, was it the second hole, I think? He started off with a birdie, and everybody was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, we're about to have a great day of golf. And then he got a 7 on the next hole. I was like, oh, never mind. And then he couldn't really get it back together until like 15.
No, yeah.
And then
I thought when Phil went bogeys back to back, I was like, this is it. This is when it happens.
This is competition now, yeah.
He's led for 4 days, and this is where he blows up. This is when it begins.
I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if he was just kind of out of it or if the whole, I mean, obviously everybody there was for the most part rooting for Phil because everybody wanted to see a 50-year-old win a major.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that was part of the distraction factor that made him not play his best, but he didn't play like necessarily horrible golf. If you take away that double bogey and that's a par, he shot even on the day, which is good at this course. So maybe it was just that one hole that messed him up. Like maybe if he makes a par on that hole, he doesn't have any more bogeys, or like he shoots a bunch more birdies, and this is a completely different story. That's just not what happened. Phil managed to do what nobody else has done before. I saw a pretty funny meme with Jack Nicklaus sending him like a letter congratulating him, and it was like underneath the surface he was like crying because another one of his records has fallen.
It's true. I really do feel like he's a salty old man at this point.
He has to be. I mean,
he's just watching his records fall like one by one.
Well, the other thing too,
Tiger too.
The other thing too is now he's getting double teamed because before it was just Tiger. Tiger was the one taking down all the records, doing everything, and then Phil was just like, "Hey, guess what? I'm also here.
I'm still gonna do stuff."
Out of nowhere. He had no top 20s this year. He wasn't even in the top 20 at all this year.
No, as you said.
He had 120 like 6 FedEx Cup points going into this weekend.
Yes, very low.
Like pretty much insignificant. I mean, he barely moved up in the standings. That's how little.
Yeah, that's how little
amount of points he has.
He points on events and like you said, on Sunday, Phil from the clouds, because that's literally what it was. Is Phil from the clouds? Absolutely ridiculous performance. I have to comment on another very good performance from an individual who is going to be this week's nice round.
Oh, snap.
Which is your boy, Harry Higgs.
Heck yeah.
Yes. Coming in T4, tied with Paul Casey.
First major appearance.
In his first major appearance.
That's insane to me.
That's absolutely
like Will Zalatoris insane to me.
That is swag.
That is swag.
And that's what that man carries, is just outrageous swag. I watched this video on Instagram the other day of Harry Higgs, and he was with Matthew Wolf, and they were putting, and Matt was like going into like all the angles he uses or whatever, and how he likes to line up his putts and whatnots, and Phil goes, or not Phil, sorry, and Harry Higgs goes, no, not really. I just kind of I look at the hole, and I kind of figure out like where it's going, left or right, and then I literally just take the ball to the hole. That's the whole point of putting, is putting the ball in the hole.
I love that because that's how I putt.
Yeah, right. And he's like, literally, like I think of it as like shooting a basketball. I am trying to put the ball in the hoop. In this case, I'm trying to put the ball in the hole. Yeah, that's incredible. I love that energy because that's the energy I need to make myself feel better about how horrendously I read greens. Because it works for somebody, and we know it does. So,
and let me say this real quick. This tournament is probably going to go down as one of the most iconic tournaments of, I would say, the 2000s. It's definitely going to be top 5. I mean,
I would say so.
You saw the crowds falling behind Phil Mickelson, and let me go through this real quick, because honestly, I just looked through it somewhat recently, like not even like after the tournament and stuff like that, because there was just so much hype going around Phil and Brooks just battling it out, and Louis having a great weekend.
Yes.
Had a chance at multiple opportunities. Phil had a 5-shot lead at multiple points in the tournament, and only won by 2 strokes. So, excuse me. So he had a great weekend, but I'm going to go through the top 10 here real quick, which is actually the top 16, because there was a bunch of people
Because
tied
there
for
was
P8.
that many people. Yeah.
So the whole story this weekend is Phil Mickelson winning. Brooks Koepka comes in second, T2 with Louis Oosthuizen. Also a pretty big story. That's it. No one has talked about anything outside of the top 3 players this week, which is insane to me, because the next, whatever, I guess that would be 13 people we have on this leaderboard. We have Harry Higgs, Paul Casey, Padraig Harrington.
I think it's just
Is that
pronounced
how you say it?
Patrick,
Padraig
Patrick. Yeah,
Harrington.
either way.
I don't know
He's
I don't know how to
Irish. It
pronounce that.
happens.
Shane Lowry, Ricky Fowler, who also came from the clouds.
From the clouds,
Don't know where
wherever
he came
he
from.
decided to start playing golf.
With a T8 for him. My boy Scotty Scheffler, Colin Marikawa, defending champion, T8. Abraham Answer, Tony Finau, T8. Okay. T8, technically, I guess we would say T2 though, because it's the second score on there. So
True.
Go Tony. Or 3, I guess that would be. John Rahm, Justin Rose, Kevin Streelman, and Will Zalatoris to round up the quote unquote top 10. Like, no one is talking about how stacked this leaderboard was.
It's incredible.
All because Phil at multiple points he was at 10 under. So
which is
like
insane for
people like
how
Will
this course is
Zalatoris
playing,
and Kevin Streelman, who finished at 1 under, aren't really like too worried about catching that number 1 spot this weekend. But there's so many big names finishing in this top 10, and Ricky Fowler, who has done arguably less than Phil Mickelson so far this season,
yes,
gets T8, and no one is talking about
not
this.
a soul is talking about it.
It's insane to me, because Ricky Fowler has probably missed more cuts than like some of the
anybody in those guys you just read. Anybody in those guys you just read, he has missed more cuts.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely for sure. Easily. But like, he's been playing worse than like some of the guys that are consistently at the bottom of the leaderboards, and he just fired out a T8 this weekend. I mean, a -1, but at this course, -1 is fantastic.
Especially how I was playing. Holy.
Yeah. So shout out to him. I did hear. I think they were talking about it on the broadcast that they were saying they were talking to him, and he said some of the biggest wins he's had in recent time is just not having to pay Michael Jordan while they're playing golf together. which
that's a win.
Got me thinking about Michael
Jordan
playing golf professionally, and I think that would probably be the next best thing to Tiger Woods if Michael Jordan decided he wanted to play golf.
I'm surprised he didn't, honestly, with how often he did golf. I'm kind of surprised he didn't go,
And
well, baseball didn't work. But
apparently he's a stick too.
That's what I've heard. But I think he just likes to bet, and he can't do that on tour.
That's true. He would get kicked off tour. Other notables that I wanted to talk about before we go on to whatever else you had there. Some big names that missed the cut. We had a lot of big names miss the cut this week. DJ missed it. Your boy X missed it. Adam Scott, Max Homa, Sam Burns, who had to withdraw with an injury, also had money on him. So that was kind of depressing.
That one hurts.
See that happen on Thursday. And then Justin Thomas. I don't know if you saw this. I think you might have been. I don't know if you guys were on the plane still or if you guys were at the house yet. But JT on 18 on Friday has one shot that would put him just at the cut line at +5, and he misses it by an inch and a half or less. I don't even know if it was an inch and a half. Like, it was so insignificant. Like, the look of defeat on his face when he missed this shot was like, I just wanted to hug him, because
you gotta feel for that
him, because he was battling. Like, he was not having a great 2 days, and he was battling his way back, and he missed it by like probably less than a ball. Like, that's how close it was, and it was just extremely painful to watch. So a lot of big names missing. For some reason I wrote down Patrick Reed. I guess I was just hoping that he was gonna miss the cut, and he actually didn't miss the cut because he did play the weekend.
just kind of fingers crossed there.
Don't really know where I was going with that, but I did
the
have it written
hatred
down for some reason.
The hatred for Patrick Reed runs deep.
It's well deserved. Okay,
it runs deep.
It's well deserved.
Yeah, so a lot of big names missing the cut, and also you got to feel for you got to feel for Big Kev Streelman. You got to feel for him because he went +3 on Sunday.
Yeah,
and he finished the tournament at -1, which means if he didn't go +3, he would have been at -4, which puts him T2.
Yeah,
it's a lot more money. I mean, you're already splitting it with 3 other guys, but like. You would have been in it.
T8 just didn't make any money this weekend.
No, 0. There's everybody was
actually,
like,
I want to see. I didn't look on ESPN to see what they ended up getting, because Brooks also lost a lot of money.
A lot of money.
He had a chance to take solo second this week, and he just missed, and he just didn't make it happen. This is weird. I don't like that we're recording on a Tuesday because now everything is changed to Charles Schwab.
Right. Yeah.
So I have to like go through and
you got to go back.
Earnings for the week, because I just like to see what everybody's earning. Phil Mickelson with a smooth $2.1 million. Okay,
that sounds good right there.
Brooks Koepka and Louis Oosthuizen split evenly at $1,056,000. The people that were T4, which was, it looks like 4 of them, walked away with $462,000, and the people that were T8, which normally gets you a pretty good chunk of change at a tournament, the people that were T8 walked away with $263,000, which is still a lot, relatively speaking, because I won't make that in 10 years of work. But relatively speaking for them, T8 coming home with $260K is not good.
Yeah, but also multiply that number by 9. If someone even went solo 8, they win all that.
No, they don't win all that.
Well, no, yes, but like
they would get whatever that would be. I guess it would be 7 or something, and then everybody else would split. I don't know,
something like that. But either
but yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot. That's a lot of moolah right there.
Yeah, I could have had that much money, but people don't like me.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it? I feel like you're still beat up about it.
I am beat up about it because I don't understand.
I would be too.
So for reference for people, I was trying to make a bet. I like doing random sports betting that pays out a lot of money for no reason. So what I did was I went ahead to the NFL season, and the sports book that I was betting on had obviously the odds for teams to win their division. So I did an 8-team parlay, and I picked every team that was favored to be the worst in their division. So whoever had the worst odds in their set of teams, and the odds of that, like the odds in total of all those hitting was like 200 billion or something like that. So just out of curiosity, I went for it. And I tried to see what it would be if I put like 50 cents down on this bet, and it would have paid out like $1 billion. And I never had this issue before, but when I tried to place the bet, I got a notification that it had to be reviewed and approved before it could go through. And I went on a little bit later, and it was in my settled bets because it wasn't approved. So I don't know what the limit is. If anyone does know the limit, message me and let me know, because I'm going to find a random bet to put down for that much. But apparently you cannot make a bet that pays out $1 billion on a sports book.
Well, it's weird to me. You're the one, as a sports book, you're the one that made those odds.
That's what I'm saying.
If it's so impossible for it to happen,
don't make the Panthers plus 1,100 to win their division. Sorry. I'm not
there. Okay,
there's salty.
That one ran deep. That one ran deep. By the way, are the Eagles the worst for their division?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so, because they should be.
But the Eagles were like plus 450, I think.
Damn, they made the Panthers plus 1,100.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
What? Well, I think I think the Texans have the worst, and theirs are like 2,200.
Is it just strictly based off Tampa Bay being in your division? I feel like that's
Tampa Bay is minus 200 in our division. But like the Saints are also favored above us, Jameis Winston's gonna throw 70 interceptions this year. So like,
but
I
also
don't know where
70
that's
touchdowns.
coming.
Got to
And
remember the
Thomas
even
is gonna go
split.
off.
got to remember the even split. Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of rude, but
That is
whatever.
rude. I'd be like, I wouldn't see the guy at the sports book who like that came across his review board and he went, "Are you kidding me?" No, not doing that. Because that guy is so wrong. What do you mean? If I'm working at a sports book and I see someone pull a bet like that, I'm going, yeah, go, dude,
Sure,
go
like,
for it. Just see what,
like my thing is like, if you don't think it's gonna happen, like if you think if the odds are so good that I'm gonna get that much money, odds are it's probably not gonna happen. What are you worried about?
the
Like, I
thing
mean,
is
what are
you
the
have
odds
to,
that
yeah,
even the Texans and the Jets win their division? Like, those were two of the teams that it was like, what are the odds that both of those even win? Like, come on. It's
yeah,
50
seriously.
cents. Take your 50 cents and be happy about
Take
it.
your 50 cents and be happy. See, that's what I was about to say is if you look at it through the sports book eyes, your risk to reward ratio
It's horrible. It's
is
so
so
bad.
astronomically low.
I wonder if I can find the number of what the odds were because it was like 200 billion. It was ridiculous.
Well, to win 1 million on 50 cents, it would have to be something like that. Yeah.
No, 1 billion.
Oh, 1 billion. I'm sorry.
It
Yes.
was a 50
You
cent
were
bet
you
that would
weren't
have
just
paid
going to be a
out.
millionaire. You're going to be a billionaire. That's on me. That's
Well,
on
if
me.
I put down 10 cents, it would have been a few million. And I was like, that's not enough.
It's
So
not enough. We got to jack that up.
well, I originally put a penny down, but apparently you need a 10-cent minimum. So I put
That's
down the
just
10
rude.
cent minimum. I was like, this is stupid, but whatever.
Can't go turning this into like a penny slot scenario. That just seems kind of rude.
Yeah, I tried doing the penny slots that they have on there too. That was stupid.
Yeah.
I just lost right away. I was like,
You're like, well, this is
it
a
was like,
waste of
it was like you
time.
have a $1 bet, and I was like, cool, let's do this. And I pressed the button, and it was like you lost. I was like, why? Okay,
Hold
whatever.
on. Why?
It was. Oh, let me see if I can read this number. 20397167270. So that's 672,000 971,670. So it's 203,971,672,700 plus was was the odds because it was
Plus.
because I did the worst odds in all of them. It was the Jets, the Cardinals, the Eagles, the Lions, the Raiders, the Bengals, the Panthers, and the Texans.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds like division winners to me.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that sounds like the playoffs.
A little upset about that.
Hold on. That's
that's what the playoffs are going to look like.
That if it is, how mad are you going to be? I mean, it's never going to happen. But
I'm going to sue if that happens because that's my money that I deserve. I tried to make it.
I deserve this money. We're gonna have to bring it up with the sports book, but we do have more golf to talk about.
We're not a football podcast.
We're not a football podcast, but also that was too funny to not talk about.
But I do like football, so if anyone wants to talk about football with me, go ahead and message me. I talk about it with our guy Tyler all the time.
we can talk football in the two-man scramble. If people ask us these kind of questions.
Right, Tyler. Your Cardinals are also the least favorite in your division, so
yeah, but they also have JJ Watt and could get Julio Jones.
Julio Jones isn't going to the Cardinals.
Hey, I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins is making big things on Instagram. Okay,
he's not going to the Cardinals.
Be really funny if it did. But anyways, we're a golf podcast. Here we go. So this one's kind of a very sad thing to talk about, which I hate talking about because it's so dumb. But yes, our 13-year-old phenom on the path to the U.S. Open, Lev Grinberg, ends his bid to be the youngest golfer in the U.S. Open in his entire history after a
stupidest reason ever
delay. Here's how the story reads from ESPN. After shooting a 2/74 at DAC's Gold Course, Grinberg was 3 over through 5 holes on the blue course, but had a short birdie putt on number 6 when the horns blew, suspending play for the second time that day. In a quote from Grinberg, it says, "I just tried to play my game and see what happens. I wasn't doing that bad the first 18, but then I got off to a rough start on the second 18. I wasn't really hitting the ball bad. The putts were just not going in, but it was fine. I couldn't ask for a better weekend. Hopefully I'll qualify next year." It's just so heart shattering. Yes. So because of the
Two things.
Because of the weather. That's so
Well,
dumb.
it wasn't necessarily because of the weather. It was because the weather postponed the rest of the tournament and he had another
Yes.
tournament that he had to go to.
Yes.
So one, that's stupid. I'm staying and trying to qualify for the US Open if I think I have a chance.
Agreed.
So to me, that actually means that he didn't feel like he had a chance, because I feel like if you feel like you have a chance, you stay.
You stay.
And no matter what the other tournament is, I don't think you pass up that opportunity if you think you have a chance. So I think he just thought he had a better chance wherever he was going. Two, that shows like extreme maturity in a 13-year-old to be like, maybe I'll qualify next year. What?
Yeah.
What
That's
do you mean?
confidence.
That's insane confidence.
The
You're just
absolute.
like, well, there's always next year. Like,
You're right. Because there's not. I'm
What?
sorry, bud. Buddy, not only are you missing an I in your name because it should be Levi. I don't know what this whole Lev thing is. But second, no, there's not always next year. That's not how this
you know how many
works.
things I tell myself I'm gonna do by next year and I just don't.
You don't know how many times I've said, Brian, you're just not going to drink this week. You had a rough weekend, and I end up having a drink on Wednesday. You know how many times that happens?
You have to drink on Wednesday. There's no choice.
I don't have to.
Beer just opens itself.
It does. It floats out of the fridge, comes to me, and is like, "Hey, man, like you want to drink me? I know you want to drink me. Let's just do this."
Right,
And
I don't want to be the one to break this to you in case it's an issue, but I think your house is haunted.
yeah, possibly, or it's the beer fairy. I don't know if you've.
You can't see it though. Like how strong is this? Like like
Yeah,
an ant
so-
fairy? Like it can carry like 200 times its weight.
No, yeah, but have you ever seen the movie Tooth Fairy with Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that, except it's the who's that lifter from
It's Stone Cold
Norway?
Steve Austin.
Oh yes. Never mind. It is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he has two because obviously he needs one for himself.
We need that movie. I need that to be a movie right now. Hollywood.
The Beer Fairy with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I wanted to name this episode "Phil from the Clouds," but now I'm torn.
Now I'm torn.
I don't know what I want to go with now.
Phil from the Clouds with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Starring Stone Cold Steve Austin as the Beer Fairy.
Oh, yeah, it's like that.
We'll look out for that Photoshop because that's gonna be up and running soon.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and his little wings and his leotard comes prancing into my room and goes, "You gotta have one beer." What? 2 beers. What? 3 beers. And then I'm drunk and it's over. Because
3 beers and then I'm drunk.
That's not what I meant, but funny enough, I'll take it. I didn't want to keep going because he goes to like 11. I'm pretty sure in that speech or whatever. He does include a tequila shot, which I would not be doing. But yeah, so it's kind of like that. There's a beer fairy in my house, not haunted, just beer fairy. Yeah, there's no guarantee that he's going to make the U.S. Open next year. There's not even the idea of there's always next year because that is so hard to do.
And
especially at that age.
Yeah, and let me put it in perspective for you. Dustin Johnson, who won the Masters in November, has missed the cut at the most recent 2 majors after that. Nothing is guaranteed.
Nothing is
guaranteed. The guy who won the
guaranteed.
Masters in November missed the cut at the next 2 majors. Like, and you're just a 14-year-old thinking that, there's always next year. I'll just qualify next year.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Look, that's either a lot of confidence or just a kid that knows he's good at golf and is like, who knows? Maybe I'll be another U.S. Open when I'm older and can play on the PGA Mini Tours, the Corn Ferry Tour. Maybe I don't play golf as a career. Why not? Maybe next year. Maybe it's just a kid that
maybe I'll be cool like Rick from the Tips and do chess club. I don't know.
And maybe I'll be cool like Brian from the Tips and do ping pong club. I don't know. The options are endless.
My life has so many roads. I don't know which one to take.
I'm gonna go with chess and ping pong club. It just seems like too fun.
Speaking of which road to take, I have a funny story about that.
Here we go.
When I was out with Phil and Riley, I think it was. We were on this one hole, and there was 2 ways you could go. There was a fork in the road, And Phil goes, "Which way do I go?" And I said, "The path less traveled." You know what this man did? He drove straight down between the middle of them. That is reckless. He's a problem for golf courses all over the place.
Caution to the wind. Tell me there was a tree. Please tell me there was a tree.
No,
too,
it was
that you
wide
just
open.
ran.
He just went straight down.
Okay. Stay true. Stay true.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah, no, can confirm that he is not
Drink.
the
That's two.
I don't even notice.
I'm pretty sure
okay.
it's two.
Okay. And you gotta ride. I gotta collect my thoughts again. These not
You're
the
as flustered as Brooks after Bryson.
which we will get into soon. He's not the wingman you want when navigating a vehicle, but also you don't want him to be driving your golf cart. What you want Phil as is just a good dude to have next to you.
He's a
in the
great
golf
passenger.
cart.
He's a
Great passenger, not a great navigator, and maybe not the best driver. But hey, that's why there's three of us.
He's a vibes guy. He's a vibes guy.
He's vibes guy. He's on vibe control is what Phil does. He is the vibe police. Okay. If the vibes are low, he makes sure that doesn't happen. He's got to see the vibes all the way through. Speaking of vibes.
He knows his role. Everyone, he knows his role. He
knows his role.
Yeah.
And speaking of vibes, Bryson was oozing the worst vibes, maybe of all time. You know, when I said that I was on the Bryson train, I'm on the Bryson as a golfer train because he's an absolute mountain who mashes the ball miles. Bryson has, what was that?
Outside of golf, he's the worst human being.
Yes. The Bryson off the golf course, I can't stand. I just can't do it. Because if you're going to be this mad scientist brand, you have to at least attempt to make it funny. You got to stop being boring and slow and annoying. Why are you scared of ants, Bryson? Why does that anthill bother you so much? Anyways, let's get into the actual story that happened. So there was a post-round interview that Brooks Koepka was doing. Thankfully, it was pre-recorded because there was a couple expletives he threw in there just for
as there
giggles.
are when he loses, which I appreciate. Because
sometimes he's an emotional loser, and that's all fine, and I'm okay with that because sometimes I am too. That is a non-issue for me.
Yeah, I like that you use the word emotional and not sore because I don't think he's a sore loser. I think
no.
I mean, nobody likes losing.
No.
So I don't know that I would say that. Like, he posted the picture of him and Phil basically saying it was awesome to play next to one of the greats. Congratulations on your win. And there's a lot of guys out there, Patrick Reed, that would not do something like that.
Exactly.
Just because they're not in that right mindset, I feel like. So props to Brooks for being what was the word you used? I forget already.
Oh, for being emotional instead of a sore.
Yes.
Loser.
That's the one.
Yeah. So basics of this story is they're setting up for a post-round interview with Brooks, and before the interview even gets started, out of the corner you could see Brooks Koepka looking over to the side and just in so much disgust with whatever it was he was viewing. So you're seeing that and it's like, what's up? And you hear the loudest clacking of spikes on gravel walk directly behind the camera before an interview is about to take place, absolutely disregarding all of his surroundings.
Smiling. And it's Bryson. I'm pretty sure he was smiling.
I guarantee he was smiling. I have to rewatch the video maybe in slow-mo, but I guarantee it. And it's Bryson DeChambeau, who, by the way, Brooks Koepka absolutely hates.
I need a fist fight between the two of them.
That's a heavyweight bout right there.
I just need it because I just need Brooks to put him in the ground and show him where he actually belongs. I know Bryson's strong, but like he's like weight room strong.
Right.
And I also feel like he doesn't have that sense of aggression that Brooks would be able to bring to a fight.
Sure. Yeah.
I also think that because I don't think that Bryson actually dislikes Brooks. I think he just likes messing with him, and it comes off as him being annoying and a jerk. And I
Yes.
think that Brooks genuinely dislikes Bryson. So
Yes. Agreed.
I think in a fight it gives Brooks the edge, and I just need it. Um,
So the
for those
thing
that
for
didn't see it, I'm gonna try to do my best and post this video on our page,
yeah.
because Brooks is he just looks so done with it. If anyone has ever seen that video, if you're a Phillies fan or not a Phillies fan, if anyone has ever seen the video of JT Realmuto as who's the pitcher? I don't remember who's
It
the
was
pitcher that's coming in.
Jack Hughes,
Jack Hughes
who was well known for literally sprinting, high knees,
from the bullpen.
sprinting out of the bullpen.
Um,
Also, he had
there's
like a
video
70 ERA at
of
the time.
JT rolling his eyes as this sprint is happening. Maybe I'll put them together if I can find both the videos. I'll do like the JT slide on the first one
Yes.
and then Brooks on the next one.
Also, shockingly similar faces. JT
That's what I'm
Realmuto
saying. They're
and-
like the
and Brooks
exact
Koepka.
same faces.
Shockingly similar
that's what it made me
faces.
think of.
Mhm.
So yeah, Bryson just doing whatever he wants to and messing with Brooks, but also Bryson did get messed with. I don't know if you saw the video of him on the 1 tee box where he hit the shot and someone goes, "Attaboy Brooksy," and then Bryson turns around and goes, "Whoever just said that needs to get out of here." I love it. I love it
Funny.
so much because he gets so mad for no reason. Like it's a joke.
So
Bryson, it's a
salty.
joke. Okay?
So salty. Oh, yes. So Bryson DeChambeau completely interrupts this interview that, yes, was not yet happening, but there's no like the light on a mobile camera that they use for these post-round interviews is not big enough for somebody from that distance away from the camera to notice is on or off. Okay.
I'm watching it again. I'm gonna send it to you real quick so I have it like saved, so that I
Yeah.
can screen record it and post it on the page.
It's
Sorry, I'm
just
just watching it again. It's one of
it's
those things.
just awful. And Brooks is just absolutely disgusted and says on the mic, I lost my train of thought hearing that bullshit. Fucking Christ. And then
I love it so much.
it oh no. There's apparently more to this I didn't even know about.
What?
So this is after the fact, so hold on. Hold your horses, big guy.
Are you talking
Anyways,
about Bryson's comment?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
I just saw
funny.
that. That's
funny.
incredible. Yeah, and so he says that, losing his train of thought, throwing out curse words, and the guy was like, "Man, luckily this is, not live." And Brooks is like, "I don't even care." Like he's so done with this kid. And then the video gets posted because everybody's gonna find it. Duh.
Yeah, gets leaked.
And Bryson comments on it on Instagram and says, "You can fix spike marks now." Ha.
I hate this man. I hate him so much. Who wears metal spikes now? Nobody. Nobody on tour wears metal spikes. Why are you wearing metal spikes?
Okay, come on. That's kind of funny though.
He's so annoying.
He is,
I
but that's
can't stand
kind
him.
of funny.
I physically can't stand him as a human being. On the golf course, he's okay. He finished like T17 this week, I think.
Oh,
But
goodness gracious.
I can't stand him as a person. He's just pick a narrative.
Who do you want to be?
guy,
Seriously.
or do you want to be the nerd? I'm gonna hit the ball 7 degrees to the left. That way, when the wind that's going at 27 miles an hour southeast takes it, it'll land exactly where I want. Like, which one do you want to be?
Yeah,
you can't be both.
You can't.
The class
be both.
clown is never good at math. Okay, it's just a fact.
Put that on a t-shirt. Sell the hell out of that. I think what the beauty of this, it all encompassing, what the beauty of this is that this is two incredible golfers, one in Bryson DeChambeau ranked 4th in the world and one in Brooks Koepka ranked 7th in the world, who have such open hatred, or at least Brooks has open hatred for Bryson, but Bryson just, I guess, trolls him. I don't know what he's trying to do, but either way,
actively troll each other.
Right.
And Brooks is just a little more serious about it.
Brooks just straight up doesn't like him. But we have this beef with each other on a national stage, and it's two of the top 10 golfers in the world, who are also, by the way, going to be Ryder Cup teammates. Let's put that out there.
That's going to be so exciting to watch.
That's going to be incredible. Please, for just the sake of the meme, Make them a duo.
Make
Please make them partners.
Make them match.
Yes.
Make them wear the exact same thing. Bryson can wear his stupid Puma stuff, and no offense, Phil. I know Phil wears Puma now because he thinks he's
Phil's.
cool.
I think he likes it for Ricky. I don't think he's much of the Bryson.
That's fair. If it's for Ricky, then it's fair. If it's for Bryson,
we'll argue that.
And Brooks can wear his stupid Nike hats that they keep making. I don't know what is going on with those Nike hats
Very
right
weird
now.
designs.
Why can't we just stick with the plain colors? Like, come on.
It's not good enough.
Nike
not good enough.
Nike is struggling right now on the apparel department.
Yes, agreed.
They keep coming out with just the weirdest stuff.
Mm-hmm. Just stick with main colors, man. Come on, people buy that stuff.
Not really the point of the conversation that we're having. Honestly,
no, but that's the way.
I honestly don't know what the point of the conversation we're having is because I'm that off track right now.
What I was saying is please make them partners for the Ryder Cup.
Yes,
please
do that.
Please make them do alternate shot together, just for the meme. That's all I want. They don't have to win.
They should do alternate. No, they should do like a scramble, a best ball scramble.
Oh.
Because then they have to talk it out and decide whose ball is better. They have
to talk to each other.
They have to.
They would have to. Oh, they have to decide whose ball is better.
Better, yes. We need a two ball best ball scramble between Bryson and Brooks in the Ryder Cup.
That would be horrible. Could you imagine if they were the alternate shot, one of the alternate shot teams for the Ryder Cup, and they ended up like breaking a Ryder Cup record for lowest score?
It probably honestly would be close if they were both on their game
because they're just trying to up each other the entire time.
The two ball best ball I think would be fantastic though, because there's gonna be a point during the round where they both drive the ball to almost the exact same spot, and Bryson's like, yeah, but my ground is 3 degrees flatter than yours, so we should use mine. And Brooks probably just punches him in the face in that exact moment.
At that point, I imagine Brooks grabbing a random club out of, not even looking,
and just beating him.
Random club out of his bag, and just like doing almost like a walking Happy Gilmore, just walks to the ball and smacks it and goes, "That's the shot we took," and then just drops his club and walks. Oh, that's incredible!
I need it so bad.
Oh,
I need it so bad.
I'm so glad that this.
That would happen at some point. That their balls would be like almost next to each other, and Bryson would be like, "We should take mine."
We should absolutely take mine. Yep, can confirm we should do that. Thank you. So that's the PGA news we got for you this week. As you can tell,
I don't know if you need anything else. I don't know if you need anything else.
There's so many things happened. So many amazing things. To touch on the LPGA, that was the Kingsmill Championship at the Kingsmill River Course. A1 Wailing Sioux ended up winning that tournament. Looking like Jessica Korda came in third. But yes, Sue came in first with a total score of 13 under, shooting a 3 under in round 4. So good for her and good for the game of women's golf.
Also, shout out to being in there. Yeah. Also, shout out to college women's golf because
yes,
we flew United on the way home and they had women's golf on TV. So
we were watching it.
Because why not?
We were watching it with glee.
With much glee, yes.
Even though I was asleep for most of it, but every time I woke up, it was on the TV.
It was on the TV.
It was there.
Those armrests were horrible. I kept pressing the channel button every time, so it just changed on me.
It was so weird.
Right where my elbow was supposed to be.
Yeah, why did you put it all the way back there? Put it up towards the hand. Like it just makes no sense to me. Put it up towards the hand.
They need to consult our aviation master, Phil Mickelson, on how to make a plane work correctly.
Yes, absolutely. Because he's the one that knows about these things. Obviously, thank you much. Alrighty, so now we are going to move into. Are we doing the
Charles Schwab?
The Charles Schwab, yes. Man, we spent a lot of time on PGA Championship. All right,
we've been going for about an hour now.
Woo!
So,
we'll make this quick. We swear.
Track a lot too, so I think maybe 10 minutes of that is probably PGA Championship talk.
But you're welcome, because I think the people appreciate when we get off track even more than they appreciate the golf talk sometimes. We'll make this one quick. So the Charles Schwab, what are you laughing at now?
I love the power rankings, and I found the one of the week.
With the power ranking of the week, give it to me.
The power ranking of the week. Okay. Number 13 in the power rankings this week. None other than your new defending champion of the PGA Championship, Phil Mickelson. For some reason this week, they decided to start every single person's thing off with their age before and the number of appearances that they've had at this event. So Phil Mickelson's reads age 50, in parentheses, the word
duh. Because everybody knows.
17th appearance. The PGA champ could double down on sharpening his focus, or he could, again, in parentheses, rightfully, bask in his historic achievement. But he's a 2-time winner at Colonial. So 13 it is.
Yep.
I think it's hilarious that they put duh.
Yeah, that's
Just because that's literally everything everybody's been talking about.
everything.
Again, Ricky Fowler, T8, and just all.
Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it.
Other
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 notables.
people in the top 10 of the power rankings that we can touch on. Actually, everybody in the top 10 is pretty much notable.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah.
A lot of these guys have been playing some pretty good golf. Colin Marikawa, who I was hoping would come through a little bit more last week. He did get like a T, I think he was T14 or something like that. He was pretty good.
I think he might have been one of the T8s, if I'm not mistaken.
Colin Morikawa,
He was one of the T8s.
Oh, okay, cool. Jordan Spieth,
number
2 in the power rankings. Daniel Berger rounding up the top 3. Your boy Justin Thomas, who had a, like I said,
heart-shattering moment.
Heart-shattering 18th hole on Friday. Abraham Answer, who played actually really well this week, and a lot of people are actually saying that he had a chance to win the PGA with how he was going into it mentally and physically. And again, I think he was one of the T8s, if not one of the T4s.
Yes, he was one of the T8s.
He was one of the T8s. Yep.
So many of them.
Good on him. My man Scotty back in the top 10 of the power rankings at number 6. We got Corey Connors, who's been playing some really good golf, was leading on Thursday at the PGA this week. So
the Canadian Wonder Kid.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Neiman.
You got this. Come on.
I don't remember. Is it
come
on. Is it No, not
nope,
Yoko.
Nope.
Joquan? No, not Joquan.
Oh my God. At this point, just call him Quinoa. It's Quinoa Neiman.
Quinoa Neiman.
Joaquin, yes.
Joaquin Neiman.
Man.
That's the one.
Oh, jeez.
At number 9, no one cares about. Justin Rose at number 10.
Oh, God.
Joaquin Neiman.
Quinoa Neiman. There he is.
So, I mean, we do actually have a little bit more to talk about this week regarding the tournament because we're recording on Tuesday, which means that we have the featured groups out.
Indeed, we do.
Which is exciting because we almost never have that.
No.
I sent you that, didn't I? I'm trying to find it now and I can't.
The featured groups?
Yeah, I thought I sent it to you, but I guess not. I don't
think you did. We can Google this. We have the powers.
We have technology.
I
got it right here. Okay, so featured groups. We got Phil Mickelson, Daniel Berger, and Jordan Spieth.
Ooh.
Stellar group. I love that.
Ooh, that's nice.
Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, and the crazy man himself, Billy Horschel. Haven't heard much from him since
Haven't
heard much from him since Dell. So
haven't heard a lot from him since the meltdown.
Justin Rose, the Michelin Man, and Joaquin Neiman. That'll be an interesting group. Ryan Palmer, Sergio Garcia, who also actually played pretty well this week.
Yes, Sergio did play
and well. Kevin Kisner, the man.
Kisner.
Those are all that they have in the featured groups. So
one that I kind of like is Kyle Stanley, Lee Westwood, Harry Higgs, 938.
Oh, I love it. I hope Harry Higgs.
That's kind of nice.
I hope Harry Higgs wins this week. I would very much enjoy a Harry Higgs win.
Also, the 9:16 a.m. with Sung Jae Im, Brandon Todd, and Pat Perez. I just want to like Sung Jae Im with his swing.
9:16, you said?
Yeah. You ever seen Pat Perez's video where he imitates Sung Jae Im's swing?
No, that sounds amazing though.
Really funny. He goes, "What does he do? Does he stop? Does he stop at the top, or is it just really slow? What does he do?" Oh wait, no, I think that was Hideki Matsuyama's swing. He was imitating.
Yeah, Hideki pauses at no, Sung Jae's the one who pauses at the top.
Yeah, okay, so it's Sung Jae who pauses and Hideki just goes slow.
Long pause.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good group. I like that.
Yeah, I just like watching Pat Perez. He's just
He's a fun
unhinged,
guy
is
to watch.
okay with finishing anywhere really that makes money, and he's good to go. He's a happy guy after that.
Exactly.
Oh.
So who do you got winning this week?
Who I actually have this week.
If
It's
you're
not
gonna
really
put
like
some
a
money on it,
yeah, like if it's not really a from out of nowhere pick. I just think that he's been playing some good golf and could probably get it done. And I actually like really believe in to be able to win this is actually the guy who's ranked number 1 overall, and that's Colin Marikawa.
okay.
I could really see it. I mean, I know it seems like a favoritism pick at this point because he's number 1 in the power rankings, but
Yeah,
I've gone off the board before, people. I don't just go off the power rankings. Okay.
that's
Well,
fair.
if you want me to get wild, I'll say Harold Varner III. Okay. Let's
Let's
just
go HV3.
let's just get unhinged.
I'm there for an HV3 win.
This whole episode has been not even close to being on the tracks. Let's just
No,
have
we
at
are
it.
just like if we're on a train, we're like on some other form of track. I was going somewhere with that, but I couldn't
You
think of anything else that
almost
was
had
on
it.
track.
Have you taken your NyQuil already?
No, it's right here. I'm about to.
Okay, I was gonna say, have we reached that point of the episode?
Yet. I just couldn't think of anything else. What else is on a track?
NASCAR. I don't know.
Well, I meant like a
horse
attached to a track, not like
a
race track.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, you almost had it then.
So whatever. I'm kind of torn between number 5 and number 6 in the power rankings because I really want to see my boy Scotty pull one out this week. But I'm feeling an Abraham Answer win. He has been playing. Playing some pretty good golf. It's his 4th appearance here. I'm going right off the power rankings reading here. Arguably the best fit with best form, 5th at the Valspar, 2nd at the Wells Fargo, and T8 at the PGA. To end the drought of breakthroughs at Colonial, where he placed T14 last year.
Okay.
So
yeah, no, I could see that. I
do want to see Abraham Answer be more successful on tour. He's pretty successful. I mean, he is. Yeah, made $3 million. 5 top 10s. He doesn't have any victories though, so I'm excited for him to finally get his first victory. And I do see it coming this week at the Charles Schwab because the competition isn't super elite with a lot of the guys from the PGA sitting out, but there is competition there.
So there's plenty of it.
Nice. Excuse me. No, I think it'd be really nice to see him get his first win in, I wouldn't say a mediocre field. I would say kind of like a moderate to kind of hard field. It'd be nice to see that. So I'm gonna go with Abraham Answer on this one.
Right on. I'm just gonna go HV3 because why not?
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Don't listen to me though. If you are taking my advice for betting purposes, because I bet on like 8 people this week and none of them were Phil Mickelson. So.
Oh God. Oh boy. All righty. Yes, I believe it is 2-man scramble time, if I'm not mistaken.
2-man scramble time.
It is that time. It's time for Rick to take his NyQuil. Oh man, you just nailed that.
I think I only had like 1.5 servings left, so I just took it all.
That is by far not enough.
I'm trying
need
to be
more.
Dead.
You need more. We slept like maybe 12 hours.
I don't think I got
a Friday.
I think I got 8 or 9.
It's ridiculous.
I think I got 8 or 9.
This whole team no sleep thing is a horrible idea. It should never be brought up again. Okay.
Nobody joined
team no sleep because
if nobody joins, eventually it'll stop.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you. Okay, so we got a couple of things here. First one, we got fielded from somebody we were actually on vacation with, our buddy Noah. Respect to you, buddy.
Thanks for sending us something, Noah.
Thanks for sending. He said, could you hit this shot without hitting someone? And now I don't know how well this is going to work with you guys seeing it on the YouTube channel, but here's a shot of, can you hear me? Here's a shot of Phil surrounded by people, and I would say maybe about 5 feet of space on either side. And I believe
a very Tiger-esque looking picture.
Looking picture. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was a long iron in his hand. And he asked, could we make that shot without hitting someone?
No.
My first reaction is absolutely not, because it would stress me out with those people being around me. Do I have confidence that I could hit a shot like that straight? Yes. With that many people around me, about 5 feet on either side? Absolutely not. I'm going to hurt somebody on accident.
Let me put it this way. If what you're saying is true, he had a long iron. I don't remember the specific shot. This happened multiple times because he was pretty much Tiger all weekend. He
Just
had the
being
crowd
followed.
following him up 18 on Sunday. Like, literally looked like Tiger for a few seconds. Like, if you looked away and you just saw the crowd, you'd be like, Tiger's playing this week? He wasn't. It was Phil.
Big Phil
No,
himself.
actually asked me this question in person, and I just didn't want to forget it. So that's why I had him send it to us.
I like that.
Yes and no. I think the people in the general vicinity of where I'm shooting are safe.
Mm-hmm.
I think nobody else is. Because the ball is definitely not going straight forever. So other patrons farther down the line are not okay unless I have my 60 degree in my hand, which in that case, the person directly to my right is getting a nut shot that they will not appreciate.
They will not enjoy it.
Because
I
for some
guarantee it.
reason, every time I try to hit a full 60-degree swing recently, I just skull it directly to my right.
Mm.
So I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on there. But yeah, those people are in grave danger and they should have helmets on probably.
Grave danger. I love that. I love that so much. Alrighty. Funny enough, actually, all 3 questions we have are about Phil, which you probably should be expected. But question number 2 is: should he be a lock for the Ryder Cup this year?
No.
No, he should not be. Should he now be considered? Maybe.
No.
Really? No, not even consideration?
No top 20s besides this
But
win.
he's done the Ryder Cup before. He's been there. He knows that.
Yeah, but consistency is key. I know that experience is important especially in a Ryder Cup situation. But consistency in your playing is key, and he just hasn't been playing consistently enough. I think there's a lot of other guys that I would rather have out there on the Ryder Cup team. I think if Kevin Streelman's the captain, right?
No, it's oh shoot, what's his name? It does start with, it's 2 S's. I do know that, but what is his name? Dang it.
I don't remember. But if he is not the captain,
Steven Stricker.
There
it is.
If Steven Stricker's not the captain, I think Phil would be the captain.
Agreed.
Like he would be my captain like pick if I was like
I like that.
If we were doing like a draft, like a Ryder Cup draft, I think I would pick him as the captain because
I
it'd
like
be
that.
nice to have him out there for the name sake, and he does play good golf occasionally now because he has the 2 wins on the senior tour and he now has the PGA. But as far as consistency and like leaning on him to win in the Ryder Cup, I would say no. I wouldn't consider him.
Okay, actually, yeah, I like that whole I would pick him as a captain thing. I like that a lot, actually, because I completely agree with you. And yeah, no, he's probably not going to be even considered for the Ryder Cup. There's just too many good American golfers right now that are just playing astronomically better than he is. So just take your PGA Championship win, which, by the way, is still badass, and you start.
Oh yeah, I mean, not taking anything away from his PGA.
Not at all. No.
But...
All right, last question for the 2-man scramble. Which major victory was more improbable, Tiger's 2019 Masters or Phil's 2021 PGA Championship? I got to say Phil's, honestly.
I want to check something real quick, so elaborate on that.
Okay, so I think it's Lefty just because Tiger's, it almost always felt like he was going to come back and win. And he was going to win big. It almost always felt like that was what was going to happen because it's Tiger. It is what he is. It's what he was made to do. It did not feel like that for Phil because everybody's conversation about Phil recently is when's he going to the broadcasting booth and how many wins is this guy going to get on the PGA Champions Tour? Like, we were already discussing retirement. For Tiger, when he came back, it was more of a conversation of when is he going to win again? It was never like, oh, he should probably retire by now because it's Tiger, you know? They're having that conversation with Phil, but not about Tiger. So that's why I think Phil's would be, because the question is improbable. I think Phil's would be more improbable because everybody kind of expected him to retire within the next 2 years and probably not have another win, but he just won a major, you know?
No, that's fair. I get that. I would also have to say Phil, for the main reason of just overall wins
Mm-hmm.
on the PGA Tour. He has 6 major championships and 45 PGA Tour wins. Tiger is somewhere in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, as far as total wins.
82 in wins.
And what is his majors? What is it, 17?
17 or 18, I forget.
Like something
I'm
around
trying to remember if it was 17 before the 2019 Masters or
there.
after. I can't remember.
So just based on numbers alone, I think Phil's the most improbable. He has 15 major championships.
Okay.
Just based on that alone, I think Phil's more improbable because Tiger did it so well for so long.
Yeah.
And everything that was causing him to not be playing well at golf was completely off the course. It wasn't just because he was bad for those years. Like, it was all things happening off the course that were working against
It's not like
him.
it was bad golf. Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it was more improbable. I would say that it was more anticipated
Mm-hmm.
because people were more. I think
Yeah.
people were more excited for Tiger's first win back. Like
Mhm.
real golf fans, obviously.
Agreed. Yes.
Not the people that are like casual golf fans and like worry more. I mean, obviously we need to worry about the stuff that happened off the course, but like,
Right. Yeah.
like the golf fans that are like huge Tiger fans and they're like Tiger's the best golfer ever. I mean, he is.
Correct answer. Yes.
But I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, to be completely honest with you. But yeah,
NyQuil's kicking in
it hit quick tonight.
like a truck. There he is.
That should be a little segment we do where we just talk about whatever we can talk about. Well,
Guys, just assume that when the 2-man scramble begins, Rick has popped his NyQuil, and things are about to get trippy.
Things are about to get trippy.
It's
Especially
about to
when we
happen.
start talking about my round from this weekend, which we still have to get to.
We still do have to get to that.
Almost an hour and a half into the show. People got a long one to listen to tonight.
Sorry for that, folks.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Whoopsies.
But yeah, I would say people were more excited about Tiger's win, but Phil's win was definitely more improbable.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. Yes to that. All right, we got one more thing for the 2-man scramble. We have Rick's round in Florida.
Yeah,
I stayed on the beach because I'm a big beach guy.
Translation,
or judge me if you want to.
I stayed on the beach because I am a loser and didn't want to take the opportunity to golf in Florida.
All righty, yeah, that's these are the things I expect. But anyways, Rick, tell us about your round, buddy.
Yeah, so we were down in Florida this weekend, just a little friends trip with our friends from college. Gina made a friend in the Disney college program, Kirk. Shout out Kirk. I know he sometimes listens. Went with him and mine and Brian's roommate Firm from college, aka Flurm. We went to Highland Woods Golf Club in Bonita Springs. I think Fort Myers is where he lives. So Kirk lives on the golf course, which was really nice because one, we got a cheaper rate. We paid like half of what people usually pay. So it was like $45.
Which is great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And we got to stop at his house like halfway through and grab like drinks and go to the bathroom and stuff like that. So that was nice. I did not belong here at all.
No.
Brendan and I said from the minute we walked into that course, we were like, we don't belong here. We need to figure something out right now.
We need to be elsewhere.
It's obviously gated because it's a private course and they have to make sure everything's gated. So we go through the gate and everything. We're pulling up. This place is gorgeous. Okay. I posted the one picture on our page already. So anybody who saw that one, that was, I believe the driving range one was the one that I posted. So the driving range, I've never been to a private
with the clock too. That's cool.
I've never been to a private course before. So this was just extremely overwhelming for me. The driving range had free driving range balls that you just so they had a parking spot.
So nice.
They had parking spots behind the driving range that you pull your golf cart up to. And then they had different driving like bays that you could hit into. And you just go up. And there's just balls. There's tees. Okay. There is what are they called? Alignment sticks. There's just alignment sticks just like sitting there. I don't know why.
You don't have to bring your own.
Amateur golfers need those, but
no.
there's alignment sticks and tees and just everything. And you just hit on the driving range. And then when you feel comfortable with that, you go over to the putting green, which is right across the street. And there's like 20 holes on this putting green.
Jeez. How big was the putting green, you think?
What?
How big was the putting green, you think?
It was massive.
Oh,
I don't know how to like compare it to anything that everyone would be able to understand. It was a pretty big putting green though. So you go over there and just putt around a little bit. And then first tee box, I'm not gonna go through everything because that's a lot and I don't remember it all. First tee box on the right is just the rest of the golf course. And on the left is just a row of houses.
Oh my God, that's so
start
stressful. That is so
houses on
stressful.
the left, okay.
Oh.
I'm using clubs that I've never touched before in my life. Like I've never even seen these clubs before because Kirk just lent them to us. So I have no idea how these clubs are hitting. I hit them a little bit on the range. I was hitting them okay. So I pull out the driver that I had. By the way, this thing is from like the 90s, I think. It's square. So I don't really know if that affects anything. It affected me mentally, though, for sure. Sorry. First tee shot of the day directly into a porch on one of the houses on the left.
Oh, no.
So I had to take a drop.
Oh, boy.
Right next to the houses on the left. Second shot of the day. I line up. Again, so brand new clubs. No idea how these things are hitting. I'm still like kind of waking up because we were up super late the night before.
Second shot, sleep sucks.
Directly into a balcony.
So
we're 2 shots in. And I lost 2 balls already.
Oh man!
I started the day with a 9. It was not a good start to the day. We did like so we did since there was 3 of us, we did Kirk and Firm were a scramble team against me in the first 9, and then we switched and Firm came with me against, and it was us against Kirk on the second 9. Horrible idea because I just didn't have my game that day, so I just got smashed.
You're just getting demolished.
I think I lost like 3 and 4 or something like that on the front 9. Like, it was so bad. It was real rough on the front 9. But yeah, the course was gorgeous. Par 3s I excelled at, which I usually am pretty good with because it's usually my wedges that I'm pulling out. So don't usually do too bad with that. But yeah, it was a great time, great day. Course was gorgeous. I have other pictures that I'll be posting like periodically if I remember to, of some of the holes that were just really nice. They had bathrooms. They had full bathrooms like every 6 holes, which was insane.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Instead of just a porta potty like we get.
Yeah. And a full like water, like a water machine with ice. And then like cup dispensers with like full like styrofoam cups.
Nice.
Lids, straws, everything.
Love that.
It was insane.
Love that.
Definitely the nicest course I've ever been to. Definitely the worst course I've ever been to because I lost about 50 balls.
Oh man.
I was really excited because in Pennsylvania we have all trees. It's just everything is trees, and I was like, cool, we're going to Florida. It's a little more open.
Yeah, a little more linksy. Yep.
It's not. It's
houses.
Not open.
Houses, huh?
No, those little stupid bushes that they have in Florida. I don't know what they're called, but they're
damn
everywhere.
bushes.
And literally, your ball goes in it, and I swear, there's like a little fairy or like a troll that just.
Fun fact: it's actually also Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, it's just Steve Austin, the ball thief. He just comes out of the ground and just steals your ball.
Stone Cold Steve Austin
is stars by like hole 3, and then I was like, you know what? We're not using the Q stars anymore. I'm just
putting those away.
I'm just gonna find another ball and
put them away. Yeah.
So I just used random balls for the rest of the day because I didn't want to lose all of my Q stars.
True. Agreed.
But yeah, it was a good day, good round. Florida golf is fun. I'm going to be doing it again in August when we get to Disney, so I will be posting more stuff from that too. Hopefully that goes better because I'll have my actual clubs with me. We will be bringing those.
I feel like it should.
I hope
it should go better.
I hope it will. So yeah.
All righty. Well, glad you had fun, buddy. It sounds incredible. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And as always, thank you for listening to this episode of From the Tips.
Especially this long. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for making it all the way this far. We will catch you guys next week. We're probably going to be back on schedule, but we'll let you know if we're not. So we'll catch you guys then.
Thanks, guys. See you later.